in the back like this. They had a long head, a long neck. Started screaming, "Come see this! What is this?" And I got up and I looked out the window, and he was about this tall. I'm gonna guess it was about 6 feet long, but he was arched in the back like this. It had a long head, a long neck, and it never raised its head up no more than this high up off the ground. Even when the dog run up to it, when they chased the dog back, he didn't move that fast.
It chased the dog
It
back.
chased the dog. The dog get too close, it just chased the dog a little bit. And then while we were standing there, these weeds were tall. Another one came out the weeds.
So it was two of them.
It was two of them, and both of them had the same brown marking on their right shoulder, like a big old brown patch on their right shoulder. But they were white or beige.
What about hair? Did they have a lot of hair?
Slick skin.
Slick skin.
Slick skin.
Wow. Did you see teeth? How did it react toward the dogs? What did it do towards the dogs?
They never took no more 2 or 3 steps towards the dog, because the dog didn't get close enough for it to really get them. But the step, like I said, that's the only time it raised the head up a little bit. But when it stepped towards the dog,
did it have teeth, fangs?
I
Did you
don't
see
know.
that?
I didn't see any. I didn't see any. But I tell you what, I never saw nothing like that in my life.
Well, how big would you put them? Pound wise, just guessing.
Pound wise, wow. They're easily over 200 pounds.
That's big.
And 2 of them.
It was 2 of them. The smaller one was over 200 pounds. The bigger one, like I said, the bigger one about waist high to me. And I guess they was about, in length on all 4, I guess they were about 6, 7 feet long.
Now, this was last year in December, or?
I believe it was December.
Yeah. Now, the recent sightings, they were off in this direction?
They was off in that direction.
Down the bayou. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you say a lady came and saw them in their headlights.
Right. My neighbor who lived in the blue house right there, she was coming out from work at 11 o'clock, her and her granddaughter. And when she got home, when she turned up in the yard, there was one in the field on the side of the house that they
Yeah.
A little while later, a lady that worked at Walmart, when she got off at 11 o'clock, was going around this way, and they were further around. One came out in front of her car one night. Now, the last thing that I'm aware of, about maybe 4 weeks ago, the man was coming from his hog farm around there, and he saw him right down the street here over in the woods. He said an airplane was going over poisoning. Said things stood up. That's what made him see it.
Oh, it stood up?
It stood up on his hind legs.
Stood up on his hind legs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
Now that's the primary suspect for all the goat killings down this direction.
That's the primary suspect.
Yeah.
For the goat.
They were just right, almost within sight, right around your house.
Right.
There.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he had 6 goats killed. 7
No,
goats.
It was 9. It was 9.
9 goats killed,
9
and then
and 4 hogs.
Right. Okay. And it didn't leave him much, did it?
Didn't leave him. Well, actually, no, all they ate was they sucked the blood and ate the intestine.
They didn't do anything with the meat.
They didn't do nothing with the meat.
And that's why he thought it was a chupacabra.
That's why everybody, a lot of people, not just us, but a lot of people thought it was a chupacabra.
Well, 2 of them anyway. Chupacabras.
Yeah.
Really not nothing to laugh about. We can laugh about it now, but you have experience with them, it ain't so funny, is it?
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
If you see it, you wondering, okay, is this something off Star Wars or what?
You said it had a patch on his shoulder?
It had a big old brown spot, what I call a patch, but a big old brown spot on his right shoulder.
And did it have a tail? The tail long?
It did have a tail.
It had a tail,
It had
okay.
a tail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing had canine characteristics, would you say?
It had canine characteristics. Yes, I would say that, but it's in a. They wasn't fat. The body width wasn't no more than about this wide. They were just big. They were just tall and long, and their head was long and their neck was long.
And they could stand up on their hind legs.
The guy that saw it about 3 weeks ago or so say it stood up on his hind legs.
Did he say how long it stood up on its legs?
He didn't say.
Didn't say.
I don't think he stuck around that long. He was in the car to find out.
I probably wouldn't either.
Well, that's
Excuse me, huh? I'm in the back, babe. Okay, I'm sorry.
oh, that's all right. We appreciate you taking time to tell us that. We just dropped in without any notice or anything. You know, we appreciate that.
But they're not gone. I can tell you that they're not gone.
So if a fella was to come out here at night and just ride the roads once or twice, and he may get lucky and see him. Yeah, yeah.
But the last sighting actually was in the daytime.
Daytime.
But they had no fur, no hair on their
They were
body. They're just
slick-skinned.
slick skin.
They were slick skinned. They were slick skinned. I was so scared. They scared me so bad I didn't see any hair. But they were slick skinned, both of them.
Well, how long was the head?
The hair was about this long. Looked like about.
Uh-huh.
But like I said, it stayed down. They never raised. The only time they raised it, the head stayed about this close to the ground. But when you take a couple steps at the dog, you raise it up just a little bit.
So he mostly kept the head low.
Kept the head low.
Yeah. What do you think they were up to in your yards?
I have no idea.
You think they might have been just trying to get back to them goats, or?
And it might have been. Might have been. I don't know. And you know, I understand from the little research we done and the sheriff department and stuff that they stay around water.
Water. Well, we just heard a big bullfrog right down there. That would be that'd meet that requirement.
You said the sheriff department. I mean, have they came out and investigated?
The sheriff department did come out and investigate. In fact, the sheriff department, when I was I happened to go down to the sheriff office, and he was briefing all the deputy officers and said that they were real. He had contacted the head game warden in Vicksburg, I believe, and said that somebody had killed one or two over there out in the woods.
But he didn't say what they were.
They said what they were. They called them Chupacabras.
Huh?
Yeah.
So the sheriff's department and the game people,
Now
they referred to these things.
Now we only talk. They sent a game warden here from Madison, and what he tried to tell us was it was a mangy coyote.
Okay.
And I told him, I said, look, I said, you can take that anywhere you want to. I don't care. I know what I saw.
But
I don't
but
know
this
what
was not
it
a
was,
mangy
but it was
coyote.
not a coyote, and this thing was not mangy.
It was just something completely different.
It's something completely different. In fact, the chief deputy at the time. Yes, ma'am. Okay. In fact, the chief deputy, the sheriff chief deputy, when he saw the picture of it, when they were passing a photo around, he said, I saw one of them in Isola on Washington Street one morning, because he patrolled up here every morning.
Well, there's a gentleman on around yonder who told me he saw a strange animal that crossed in front of his car in Isola on the highway, and he turned and put his lights on him out in the field and said that it was standing up by a tree. There was only one tree in the field, and it was standing up by the tree. He thought he was looking at a black panther that was about to go up the tree. But it never did go up the tree. It was just stood there.
So, I mean, they're real. I mean, you know, nobody can tell me they're not real.
You said they were passing around a photograph.
In
was
the-
this
in
just
the
a
sheriff
representation, or was it allegedly of a chupacabra?
No, I've seen the
It was a
photograph.
photograph of
You sent me a copy
Oh,
of it,
that's
I think.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember
yeah,
seeing
yeah.
it now.
It was taken with a game cam.
Okay, I remember now.
Yeah.
I remember now. Yeah, that's bizarre.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you filling us in. We're caught up. I might come through here and take a ride up and come through at night, but daytime. You say daytime just as good?
Well, I mean, the last sighting that I'm aware of,
Yeah.
the guy did see him in the
daytime.
In the daytime. He said he saw him under the tree, right down.
Well, I mean, if it's alive and it's breathing, it can be photographed. You know, if we can be at the right time, right place, take a good picture.
And you know, I charge that to me. Not only that I didn't photograph that, I didn't kill it.
Because you could have.
I could have. But I'm amazed. You know, I'm sitting there wondering, what is this? And my gun was right there in hand reach of me, and I never thought about the gun like we were just saying.
I know the feeling.
My wife and I were just saying, what is that? We stood there in the window 5 to 10 minutes just looking at it.
Well, they weren't scared. They weren't.
No.
They had no fear.
Scared with no, not at all. I'm telling you, they was here. They was standing here. We could see
Under the light, just
under
not
the
even
light.
knowing.
We could see everything on him from his feet to the top of his back, from his head to his tail. We could see everything. What really amazed me, we looking at this one and another one walked out.
It was up in the
It was up in
the grass, and it
up in the grass, and he walked out.
walked out to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll thank you for the story. I thank you for the experience, and I may come back out and just drive through. I got a son that lives in Indianola, and I come through here all the time.
Okay.
Going up there to eat with him and stuff, and so I may just take a little gypsy dude down through here and see if he'll jump out in front of me.
I don't know if you're familiar with this area or not, but about 4 or 5 miles on around this road, it runs into Sky Lake.
Yeah, we just came from that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So but the sheriff said that they stay around water. They follow streams.
Yeah. Well, Sky Lake's got some strange things happening out there too.
Yes, sir. I just fish out there. I know.
You ever heard anything strange?
I have.
What's happened to you out at Sky Lake? Because
I mean, these were just noises that I heard.
we've investigated out there too. And
we heard
we've
some
had-
strange vocalizations out in there that we didn't know what they were. Still don't know what they were. They were like sounded like a lute, like a toot,
horn.
like a horn.
Yeah, I mean, and it was years ago when we fished out there.
They got any fish in that lake? I didn't ever see nobody fishing.
Oh man, that used to be one of the most popular lake around here. They got nice brimps and crappie. In fact, I caught a crappie out there about that long.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Well, that's
good.
reason enough to go to Sky Lake.
Yeah, it is.
It's a beautiful place.
We appreciate it. I'm gonna get the camera off of you, so
Okay.
there we go. We appreciate it.